Hey everybody, I am yours truly, Sprite, and this is Sprite's World. This is going to be a podcast just all about me. I'm very egotistical, and it's going to be all about me and nobody else. Well, that's a lie because we're going to probably be talking about all sorts of things and people, and hopefully one day have guests appear on this podcast, but that won't be until later, much more later down in the road. I'm recording this from my laptop, and I did have Google Chrome up, and now Google Chrome does not want to come up. So thanks, Google Chrome. Alrighty, so I figured this would probably be the easiest thing to record for myself at the time being. I'm normally known to record a lot of video games and do a lot of reactions, but in regards to time management and what would be easiest for me to make as a content creator, I figured hopping into the podcast world would not be that bad of an idea. I work, I now have kids, I am doing all sorts of things that occupy my life a lot more than what it used to. So content creating in regards to what I used to do has become a lot more difficult than I like it to be. But that is okay. My passion for YouTube has never died down. As most people know, my YouTube channel has kind of gone up and down in regards to YouTube monetization and the stuff that I am and am not allowed to post. So at the time being anyways, what YouTube wanted was for more content creating interaction, I guess, more of me, less of video games, I suppose. I'm not sure. It's still a very confusing topic to get into, but to get the details right, what had happened was in, I believe, 2021, my YouTube channel got demonetized, and all I did was a lot of gaming videos with me in the corner, camera and everything. So it's me reacting to video games and playing video games and whatever. And I made sure that like no music was playing in any games that I played. I know WWE has a lot of music, so in regards to like making WWE gameplays, it sucks when you have to turn down the audio. Same for a lot of the other video games that I've been recently playing, like Hulk in 2003, and all sorts of other like games that I can try to dip a dive into, like Halo. Halo is just one of those games you can't play campaign without turning the music off unless you have some sort of license with them. But anyways, I made sure to like everything is just copyright free, right? And it was just me and video games, and just some reason out of the blue, I got demonetized with little to no explanation why. Contacting YouTube at that time sucked because I got little to no response as well. So with no information and no responses, it's basically, all right, so let's see who is experiencing the same problem. And the people who are experiencing about the same problem kind of said, hey, you need to be more interactive. It needs to be more about you if you're trying to get your channel remonetized. And it's like, great. So my YouTube channel used to have thousands of videos. That had to be taken away. So I deleted almost 1,000 videos. I downloaded it and I saved it onto my desktop. So I've got all my backup videos on there, on 2 different hard drives actually. And then I have a backup channel that I created back in 2008. That was actually my first channel. I called it Lego Freak 295 because I was a kid. I was into Legos. Do not judge me. I renamed it now. It is now Sprite Nick. But oddly enough, Sprite Picks, this channel that I'm posting on, is my main channel. So on this channel, I gave a lot of love to. I put a lot of effort to. So when that happened, it basically broke my heart. But that's okay because, again, I was working at the time. I wasn't really struggling or anything like that. I wasn't really dependent on YouTube. And that's, as a content creator, is something you kind of need as a skill, is that you cannot rely on the internet for all your problems. So be sure you have your skill sets. Be sure you're out there working. Be sure you're doing something with your life, because this is not always going to be a guaranteed. I mean, we can take a look at TikTok, for example. That thing almost got banned in the United States. It only got banned for less than 24 hours, and people were freaking out. So try not to rely too much on social media as a platform. Like, it's great, don't get me wrong, keep working on your dreams, just anything can happen in the future. Off topic. So all my stuff is on a different channel now. Everything that I have made sure that's part of me on videos is uploaded on this channel. So I kept a lot of stuff. I had to re-upload some of the content. So some of my recent videos on this channel have been nothing but the Hulk videos. That was recorded like probably 2-3 years ago when I actually had time. So those are all slapped back on here. I tried looking at my video library to see if there was anything else I could re-upload on this channel before I decided to start making content again. I think this is it. So here I am, making a new series. Anyways, after I had deleted a bunch of videos, I'm getting off track all sorts of different ways here. After I had deleted all those videos, after I've re-uploaded on my second channel, the second channel's not monetized or anything. I'm not legible. I haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet. That doesn't matter. I don't expect that channel to be monetizable anyways because of the content, I suppose. But I was demonetized for probably about 2 years, 2.5 years, and it was getting to that time where I was just starting to give up hope, no matter all the changes I've been trying to do on my channel, changing my profile picture, changing my header, changing my bios, putting more effort into descriptions, putting more effort into thumbnails, this and that. It didn't matter what I did. It seemed like nothing was happening. And then later in my life, I moved. I now have a man cave that if you're watching by video, see. It's very spacious in here. I just gotta install insulation in here and drywall, and it'll be a lot better and quieter. Anyways, I was starting to give up, and then as soon as I gave up, this was December of 2023, as soon as like my life is changing, I'm over here thinking nothing's happening here. It's become a lot tougher to be a content creator. My life's just 10 times busier than what it used to be. I think it's time to hang up the boots. So I made a post on my YouTube channel in the community notes saying I have retired, and I made a whole little yada yada description about it, thanking people and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, literally, I think it was like a week or two later, I'm monetized again. And I just kind of sat there just thinking to myself, what? Because every month you only get to reapply for monetization once a month. So every day, every time that registration has opened up, I would click on it and I would re-register. Again, little to no explanation. I'm changing my YouTube channel. It's giving me no hope. So everything has just, given up here. My mind has gone elsewhere. Like, my plans in life were just not here. So, next thing you know, surprise, I'm remonetized. I'm like, what? I didn't find out until I looked at my email. I'm like, huh? So, that only sparked hope. I didn't think it would last as long as it did. It's been over a year now. I'm still monetized. And I told myself, okay, well, we're going to give it a go. We're going to start doing things again. And I re-uploaded some of the things I think are safe. And so far, I've not been proven wrong. People have been watching, liking, commenting. From what I can tell, just staring at my YouTube studios. So we're headed to a good path. Again, typically I would like to record video games, but editing has taken up a lot of time. Recording video games, these episodes sometimes are like an hour long, sometimes shorter, sometimes longer, depending on the chapter that I play in. It really also depends on a video game I play as well. Sometimes you can't really just save and quit right then and there in the middle of a story. Sometimes you got to complete the mission. And God forbid I do a long mission and then, time crunch. So that's how I typically would do it too, is I would record and I would edit right after. And I would spend the rest of my time just editing and then uploading onto YouTube and calling it a day. But here I am. I think this would be easier for me anyways, to talk. This, I feel like, would be more therapeutic for me because I get to talk about whatever I want. I get to talk about my things I like, things I don't like, opinions. People don't like opinions, so we're going to be very careful about the opinions we talk about. and stuff like that. So today's episode will be about me. In future episodes, you can probably expect wrestling, probably a lot of wrestling, past life experiences, whatever's going on out in the world, like TikTok getting banned for that short amount of period of time. So I have created this Sprite Picks channel since 2010. So this year marks its 15th anniversary. I believe it was January 14th that had made this channel. Let's just confirm that, but to my knowledge, sorry, I'm just clicking and tapping on my computer. Yep, January 14th of 2010. And at this current moment, I got 15 million total views with 180 videos and 23K subscribers. And never thought I would have ever gone this far. This far. Who would have expected that? I certainly didn't, but younger me would have been so happy to see all these statistics here. Unfortunately, most of my millions of views comes from a silly video called 10 Hours of Nothing, which is what I'm mainly known for. It's a very interesting video because ever since I posted that video, all sorts of copycats created out there, and that's okay. That's fine. That's people going to do whatever they want to do, and it's a free world. So ever since I only made it because there's a trend of a bunch of 10 hours of random videos, like 10 hours of He-Man singing or 10 hours of Neon Cat, 10 hours of this and that, and I'm just like, 10 hours of nothing, screw it, why not, let's just put it there. So having to be one of the first ones to do that is definitely a privilege, and I don't regret posting that video whatsoever because it actually at the time helped me a lot. So when I created that video, back at the time I only had a laptop, and it would go to sleep on me, and it would suck because when you're uploading a video on YouTube, sometimes it takes forever. Sometimes when you're trying to do something on your computer, like let's say you're on a movie editor and you're done editing, it's now publishing it. Sometimes it takes an hour, but sometimes your computer will go to sleep. You don't want your computer to go to sleep. You know why? Because it's going to pause everything that you have done. Sometimes it even cancel out publishing. So you do not want to exit out of that. So you need your computer to be constantly running. And it doesn't know it needs to stay running because the program's not telling it to keep running. So I created this video called 10 Hours of Nothing. And a lot of people have been clicking on that video for that purpose, where just in the background, when the video plays, your computer will not sleep. And I'm pretty sure there's a setting on the computer where you can change it for it to continuously not sleep. But this is definitely one of those quick ways to keep your computer running. Not just for publishing, but like for whatever you're doing on your computer. Aside from being super uberly popular from a pointless meme video, I am also known as Sprite, the guy who has done many competitive 1v1s in both Halo and WWE 2K. I have retired from both because, in my personal opinion, I feel like both video games have they're very different than what they used to be, and I think they've gone downhill. I think WWE 2K will forever have a community, but I think that community will always have a bunch of new people, just like Halo, but Halo's not as big as it used to be. But in 2K anyways, 2K games are always out there. There's always going to be people buying those things. And I feel like just in WWE, like guys who are my age now probably don't play it as much as like the new generation now. So I feel like with WWE, you're always going to get a good group of people, almost the same amount of people buying it year in year. In regards to Halo, though, it's like, ooh, Halo, you used to be the best thing I had in life. And then next thing you know, the years gone by, people stopped playing it. The game's changed. Now 343's owning it, and they've screwed up a lot of things. I liked Halo 4. That's just my opinion. But after Halo 4, that's when it really went downhill. Halo 5 came out, and I was just not motivated to play video games at that time. Just absolutely like taken back. Like, man, I would just go home. I would want to get on the Xbox, but I got on there and I'm just staring at the home screen like, man, it's really nothing to do. I don't want to play Halo 5. Fortnite was not out at that time. I think I occupied myself with Forza Horizon. I just played like miscellaneous games at that point, but nothing really truly stuck on to me. And whew, but it was very competitive in Halo. I was definitely not the nicest person on there. Same for well, WWE is a little different. WWE, I think I was better because in WWE, what it was is that when you're looking to play in multiplayer, I don't know how it is now, but at the time, when you go search for games, it popped up a full menu of like lobbies that you could join. And so there was a lot of people just doing 1v1s, and that's what I would do. I would just join random games or create random games, and my favorite was just being super competitive with clans, and I wasn't as toxic. It was normally people being toxic to me because of my game style. Understandable. Sometimes I would taunt. I mean, who doesn't taunt in the game? But at the time in WWE 2K games, when you taunt, you would build up your finisher, and your finisher is what would normally help, end the game. So I was always pretty good at that, taunting and being a little squirmy around, and reversal system. Oh my goodness, the reversal system in WWE 2K was so much better back then than it is now. 10 years ago. Anyways, it's a shame that like I can't play or touch that game anymore without being offline. No one really wants to play offline. No one cares for it offline. And plus, it's a 10-year-old 2K game, so kids these days would be like, "Cat, you like older games? You're probably poor. You can't afford new ones." Yada yada yada. There's so much weird trash talk going on out there. Halo. Yeah, I was definitely more toxic. I was definitely more competitive. I definitely had a fair share of screaming in my room and hard competitive games, but I definitely had a good track record on there. It got to the point in Halo 4 where I was just matchmaking and Halo Reach. I posted a lot of 1v1 videos. It used to be on this main channel, now it's on the Sprite channel, but I used to post a lot of 1v1s, and so back when Halo was really popping, Halo 1v1s were really competitive, and a lot of people built reputations just by doing that, so I did that. And it got to the point where people just started noticing me on matchmaking. I would get 1v1 DMs. It was pretty cool at the time. It felt like I was actually doing something in the community of Halo. And it was fun, competitive fun. I was also like in high school or whatever, so you could only imagine the hormones on that. But now these days, anyways, I just play Fortnite. I don't really touch any other games. It's kind of hard, honestly. I don't really I can't keep up with a lot of stuff out there. Halo Infinite, it's simpler than Halo 5 because Halo 5 was super speedy. You had speed, thrust speed, just running on walls and random crap like that. Could not do it. Could not be me. But when it came to Halo Infinite, things slowed down a little bit for the better. It felt like they stepped back from Halo 5, which is good. And I played Halo Infinite for a little bit when it first came out, when it was in its beta stages and when it first came out. But it kind of died after that when it was like, oh, this is not a complete Halo game. This is more so, hey, we're still developing this game, but here's this mode that we can let you play. And it was just multiplayer. It took forever for it to have campaign. I played campaign. It's not really memorable. It's just whatever. You get to fly around in your Pelican or whatever ship and then go to different missions and do it and call it a day. It didn't really have appeal to me. I really thought what would be a good idea, a lot of old timers would say I'm wrong, but what I would think is that if Halo had a Royal Rumble, or not Royal Rumble, but Battle Royale, I think that game would be popping. I think that would change every aspect of Halo. I would be playing it. Because imagine if it had like that Fortnite aesthetic to it. Like, Fortnite's still popping to this day. Fortnite's not going to die for a long time. Right when I thought Fortnite was dying, it came back. Like, there's no escaping Fortnite. Fortnite's going to be popular. So, in my mind, I thought what would have been great if I was making a new Halo game is just a little battle royale mode. Because they already have the open map for the campaign where you're just flying around in a Pelican and going point A to B. Imagine that in Halo, just battle royale. Slap battle royale on that map, call it a day. You have different little areas you could fly to or drop to. and pick up your guns. I'm already skilled as is. I mean, put loot boxes everywhere. Call them UNSC crates or whatever. Boom. Imagine that. I mean, I don't know. I thought that would be a cool idea. I would probably be playing that nonstop because I know they also try to do battle passes, but it's not the same. When 343 does battle passes, the battle pass normally stays on there forever, so there's no really like luck or charm to like exclusively have that armor after it's gone. Just like Fortnite when with skins and battle passes. Now that like season 1, chapter 1 is over with, you'll never get those skins again. But now they have it in fine print where it's like skins may reappear. So it's like now it's definitely like not one of those things where it's like for sure like it'll be exclusive. Now all your skins are at risk of just being out there again. But that's kind of the charm of Fortnite though, is that like when you're there for the original seasons, I mean, when you unlock stuff, you just no one ever had it. You only had a certain time period to get it. You had to play a lot, which sucked because of my timing and convenience, and I already have a lot going on for myself. I'm a working man. So that's the one thing about Fortnite is that like, at least in that game, you get to unlock stuff and keep it, and then it never was supposed to go out, but now it's going out. I don't know what they plan on doing. I guess when Fortnite really is closer to the brink of death, I think that's when they'll probably let all the exclusive skins out. That's my opinion. I feel like once Fortnite really is down, I think that's when they'll start giving their fan base, that really try-hard community, like everything. Just like Halo and Master Chief Collection, like here's every armor. You're not gonna unlock it, and then not until like what 10 years later, 8 years later, or whatever, they created the battle passes on there, and all you had to do is just play. I mean, if they had released that when the game first came out, I would have had everything. But now I don't have enough time to play Master Chief Collection, let alone go through every battle pass and unlock everything. And I used to think battle passes were such a scam. I thought microtransactions used to be the hugest scam, especially with Halo 5 and how they did it. I was just an opposite fan. Like Halo 5 made me hate microtransactions. Because if anyone remembers, unlocking armor in that game was so stupid. If I remember correctly, you can play a certain amount of time and collect points, and then use that points to get cards. And then when you open those cards, is what determines what skins you have and whatever else comes in it. I think there's like XP boost, credit point boost, or I think as they call it credit points or whatever. I can't think straight because holy crap, I haven't touched that game in so long, and I don't plan on touching that game ever again. Like my hands are clean from that game. But that when they would offer these little packs by microtransactions as well. So if you really wanted the good stuff, they had like legendary packs on there, and you would have to waste like $20 or whatever, and you don't even know what you're gonna get. It was a gamble. And then when you open it, it's like, I really didn't want that helmet. Oh, I really didn't want that, body armor. It's like, that sucks. So it was such a scam. People hated it. I hated it. As a true Halo fan, that's when everything died for me. And then just like when Fortnite first came out, it was like what 2017 or whatever. I was like not into microtransactions. I'm like, no, I can't touch it. Like if that's how you unlock skins in my eyes at the time, I'm like, no, thank you. And here I am now playing Fortnite, and I've got a whole bunch of skins that I paid for. Isn't that weird? Isn't that just addicting? I just hope in the future games they don't do that. What else? What else about me? Yeah, my first channel, Lego Freak 295. It used to be just content of Legos. I would, as a kid, always ask for Lego Star Wars. I was a huge fan of Lego Star Wars at that time. And I wanted everything. I wanted battleships. I wanted an army of clone troopers. I didn't realize how expensive they were as a kid. Now I'm an adult. Now I'm going through the toy section. I'm looking at all the Legos. Holy crap. You ever just go down on Target aisle and you just want to look at the Legos because they have some pretty cool stuff these days. They have displays and models and like stuff that you purposely leave on like shelves that are like right behind me. Oh, I cannot point correctly. If you're watching me by video, I totally like pointed at my shed instead of like the shit shelves that I have behind me. The shelves behind me are just nothing but wrestling figures and books. I plan on adding more shelves. I only just got like these 3 little shelves that are behind me, but this whole room I'm hoping to convert just into shelves and shelves of stuff that I want to collect. So, anyways, Lego prices have just like they're also ridiculous too. I mean, they have a lot of cool stuff. They definitely evolved. But the one thing I hate about Lego, stickers. You ever just like put a sticker on a Lego and you accidentally put it upside down? It happens to me all the time, even to this day. I built recently this Lego RV, and I thought it was pretty cool. It was like $30, but I looked at it. I'm like, I haven't bought Lego in ages. I need it. It looked fun. I just thought I'd rekindle my, I guess, childhood. And it came with like a guy, a girl, and a baby. I thought it was like the most adorable thing. I don't know why. I guess it's because I have a baby now. But like, I'm looking at this camper car. Like, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen Lego do this. I mean, they probably have. I've never seen anything like this. And so I thought like building it was cool, but I accidentally put one of the stickers upside down, and I was frustrated because when you try to peel that sticker off, it just ruins it. It ruins the sticker. It ruins the Lego. It ruins everything. I hate Legos now because of that. I don't hate them, but I hate stickers. I wish they would just print them on the Legos, so that way everything is just so much easier in my eyes, and I don't have to struggle with putting stickers. I hate stickers so much. Plus, stickers are so cheap. They don't stick there. They collect dirt. It's not for me. I can't do Legos and stickers. Like, sometimes I just don't even want to put the sticker onto Lego. Sometimes I feel like it'll just look a lot better. My best friend, he got me an R2-D2, and it came with a bunch of stickers. I'm like, ugh. So I had to precisely, carefully. I always try my best to be careful and precise, but sometimes when I do it still fails. I don't understand it. I have a Commander Cody helmet. That's the display one that you just leave on your shelf. I bought that one. My best friend, he's got Rex because he likes him. I like Cody. It's always been like that. I introduced him to Star Wars, and now he loves Star Wars just probably more than I do. It's hard for me to get into things these days. Or at least keep up with some of the stuff anyways, like Bad Batch. I know they released some good stuff on there, and I've watched a couple of episodes, but for me, in life, it's just a lot harder to upkeep with the episodes because they're good episodes, they're long episodes, but having my own free time these days, nope, maybe later down the road, I can definitely watch some TV or something like that. But for now, my free time really gets occupied by wrestling as well. I really love wrestling, and my Twitter account will definitely back that up as how much wrestling I watch. Some a little too much, but that's okay. Wrestling. I've been a fan of wrestling since I was probably 12, 13. It didn't come early like a lot of kids. It didn't come in at like 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever. It came in a little later when I was like 12, 13. I was just TV browsing, and then next thing you know, as I was TV browsing, wrestling's on. It was TNA wrestling. It wasn't even WWE. It was TNA at the time. TNA was really popping. What was it, 2008, 9? Yeah, I think it was 2008 is when I started. Early 2008. And that's when TNA was really popping back in that day on Spike TV. And, I was just like, this looks interesting. And all the characters were just different and fascinating. And Sting, when he came out, I mean, I thought he was just the coolest guy in the world. I still think he's the coolest guy. I'm happy I got to see him wrestle last year at the Daily's place with Darby Allin. And I also got to see Ric Flair for the first time. Never thought I'd ever see him. I almost did when what was it, in 2015? It was some year that Ric Flair was touring with Charlotte Flair in WWE, and so he would always like be ringside. And they came to Jacksonville. I think it was like a SmackDown. But I don't believe he was here. So it's like, ah, oh, darn, no Ric Flair. But Ric Flair was in Daly's place, and I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't expect to actually see him because I don't think they announced him until a little later. But I thought that was pretty cool. I was pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy when I get to see like people for the first time, and I've gone to so many wrestling events, so many. But I think I'll spend another episode talking about all the wrestling events I've gone to. I have a journal, a green little journal, that I have written all the matches and all the promos on every event that I've gone to, and I've gone to so many, over I think almost 60 wrestling events. And I've also been on a Jericho cruise, which I will have a separate conversation about, because this Jericho cruise was during the COVID era, and yeah, that's just a whole different story because it was wild. It was different. It was very, very different. Fun. I still had fun, but there was also a lot of weird stuff that happened around that time. But that's for another episode. All sorts of stuff is for another episode. I think I'm going to be ending this episode for now. I don't expect my episodes to be long. Don't expect my episodes to be incredibly short either. It's just something for me to talk about, something for me to put out there in the world, something for me to do. Again, I like content creating. I like doing things. It's just my time, my hands are cuffed. There's nothing I can do. I have so much stuff going on. I have a kid now. He's definitely been occupying a lot of my time whenever I am away from work. So, and rightfully so, because that's what I want to do anyways. But also, I'm gonna be sure to give a part of me onto this channel every week, just like how I've been doing the past year or however long I've been posting videos. I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy that everything's going well. I hope the same goes for everyone else. And at this time, I bid you adieu and a good night or good morning, or however you see it, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Goodbye.